The average American eats over 150 pounds of sugar per year. 200 years ago, it was just a few pounds. And most of that hidden sugar is showing up in one place. The meal we've been told is the most important of the day. Breakfast. You're picking the granola with the mountains on the box. You're drinking the smoothie from the wellness cafe. You're choosing the low fat yogurt with the strawberries on top. You're doing what every health magazine, every nutrition label, and every cereal commercial has told you to do for the last 50 years. And it might be the exact reason you're exhausted by 10 a.m. This is the Health Brief. Today I'm breaking down the 5 most deceptive breakfast foods in America, what they're actually doing inside your body, why they're sabotaging your energy, and exactly what to eat instead. Number 5 is the worst. It's probably in your kitchen right now. And at the end, I'll give you a simple rule that fixes the entire problem in 1 minute. Quick note before we start. To verify everything I'm telling you, I wore a continuous glucose monitor and tested each of these breakfasts on myself. So when I tell you what a food does to your blood sugar, I'm not guessing. I have the data. I'll share some of those readings throughout this briefing. Let's get into it. Breakfast number 1. Granola. If granola were a person, it would be the friend who lies to your face while smiling. It looks healthy. The packaging shows oats and nuts and honey. The bag has words like natural and heart, smart and ancient grains. Here's the truth. Most store-bought granolas contain between 12 and 17 grams of added sugar per half cup serving. That's based on nutrition labels of popular brands sold in major American supermarkets. But nobody eats half a cup of granola. The standard serving size is a marketing trick. Most adults pour between 1 and 1.5 cups. So you're not eating 12 grams of sugar, you're eating closer to 30. That's 7.5 teaspoons of sugar. Before milk, before fruit, before you've taken a single bite. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day for women and 36 grams for men. Your healthy granola has already exceeded your entire day's limit by 7 a.m. Here's what that does to your body. When I tested a typical bowl of store-bought granola, my blood sugar peaked at 184. For context, the healthy range after a meal is supposed to stay under 140. Then came the crash. By 10:30 a.m., my blood sugar had dropped near 70. That's when the brain fog hits. That's when you reach for coffee. That's when you can't focus on anything. The problem isn't oats. Plain oats are fine. The problem is what manufacturers add to make granola taste good enough to sell. Honey, brown sugar, cane syrup, rice syrup, agave, maltose, dextrose. These are all sugar. They just hide behind different names on the label. Sugar has over 60 different aliases in the food industry. That's not an accident. It's by design. What to eat instead? If you love the crunch, switch to plain Greek yogurt with a small handful of nuts and some berries. You'll get around 20 grams of protein, real fiber, and roughly 1/5 the sugar. Or make your own overnight oats. Plain rolled oats, unsweetened almond milk, a spoon of chia seeds and berries, 5 minutes the night before. No added sugar, real food. Drop a granola emoji in the comments if you've been fooled by this one. I was for years. Breakfast number. That combination slows sugar absorption and turns a sugar bomb into a real breakfast. Comment guilty if smoothies have been your go-to. You're not alone. I was the worst offender for years. Breakfast number 3. Flavored yogurts. The yogurt aisle is one of the most deceptive sections in the entire grocery store. Strawberry, vanilla, peach, cherry, fruit on the bottom. Marketed to children, marketed to busy parents. Labeled as a smart snack and a protein source. A single 6-ounce container of flavored yogurt can contain between 20 and 30 grams of sugar. That's 7.5 teaspoons of sugar in one small cup. A scoop of vanilla ice cream has around 14 grams of sugar. Most flavored yogurts have more sugar per ounce than ice cream. When I tested a popular strawberry yogurt on my CGM, my blood sugar peaked at 168 from a small container of yogurt that was marketed as a healthy breakfast option. The fruit on the bottom usually isn't whole fruit. It's fruit-flavored syrup, often thickened with cornstarch and dyed with food coloring. Here's the rule that explains the entire flavored yogurt industry. When food manufacturers remove fat, they replace it with sugar. They have to. Fat is what makes food taste good. Without it, you get a chalky, sour product that nobody buys. So, low fat almost always means high sugar. That's not opinion, that's food science. What to eat instead: plain Greek yogurt, full fat or 2%. Add your own berries. Add a handful of walnuts or almonds. A sprinkle of cinnamon, which has been shown to support healthy blood sugar response. A tiny drizzle of real honey if you must. You get around 20 grams of real protein, a fraction of the sugar, and steady energy for hours. Breakfast number 4: whole grain toast with jam. This one is a double deception, and the food industry is lying to you on both fronts. First, the bread. Whole grain on the front of a package means almost nothing. Under current labeling rules, a bread can be called made with whole grains, even if it contains only a small percentage of actual whole grain flour. The rest is refined white flour, sugar, and brown coloring agents. Investigations have found that most breads marketed as wheat or multigrain in major American supermarkets are mostly refined flour. If the first ingredient isn't 100% whole wheat flour or 100% whole grain, you're eating white bread in a costume. Second, the jam. 1 tablespoon of jam has about 12 grams of sugar. Most people use 2 or 3 tablespoons. That's up to 36 grams of pure sugar on top of refined carbs. When I tested 2 slices of whole grain toast with strawberry jam on my CGM, my blood sugar peaked at 192. That's higher than what I got from a candy bar I tested as a comparison. Toast with jam spiked me harder than candy. Read that again. The crash hit at 10 a.m., exactly like the others. Hungry, foggy, tired. What to eat instead? Keep the toast, but upgrade everything. Get real sourdough or genuine 100% whole grain bread, then top it with fat and protein. Avocado with sea salt, natural peanut butter with no added sugar, 2 eggs, scrambled or fried, cottage cheese with sliced tomato. Fat and protein slow sugar absorption. That's the rule. You're not avoiding carbs, you're balancing them. Breakfast number 5, the worst one. The one that's probably in your kitchen right now: orange juice and cereal. The classic American breakfast. The breakfast we've been sold for over 70 years. The breakfast every commercial in the 90s told you was the breakfast of champions. It might be the single most damaging breakfast in the modern American diet. Let me prove it. A standard 8-ounce glass of orange juice contains around 22 grams of sugar. To get that much juice, you have to squeeze 4 oranges. You would never sit down and eat 4 whole oranges in 2 minutes. Your body is not designed for that. The fiber in whole oranges slows sugar absorption. Juice removes the fiber entirely. Long-term studies have linked daily fruit juice consumption to a significantly higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to eating whole fruit. Now add the cereal, even the healthy ones. They all contain between 9 and 25 grams of added sugar per recommended serving, and nobody eats 1 serving. The average pour is closer to 2. Add it all up. You're starting your day with 35 to 50 grams of sugar, no protein, no fiber, no healthy fat, nothing to stabilize your blood sugar. When I tested this exact breakfast on my CGM, my blood sugar hit 211. That was the highest reading from any breakfast I tested. 211. From the breakfast marketed as the most wholesome American tradition. The crash that followed was brutal. By 10:30 a.m., I was nearly hypoglycemic, shaky, foggy, desperate for food. You're not crashing because you're old, you're not crashing because you're stressed, you're crashing because of physics. Your body simply cannot handle that much sugar that fast. What to eat instead? Eat the orange. Skip the juice. Skip the cereal entirely. Eggs with vegetables. Plain oatmeal with nuts and berries. Greek yogurt with seeds. These give you steady energy for hours. Within 3 days of making this swap, you will feel like a different person. That's not a sales pitch. That's just what happens when your blood sugar stops crashing every morning. Now here's the part nobody else is going to tell you. The fix for all of this is brutally simple. You don't need to count calories. You don't need a meal plan. You don't need to give up breakfast. You need to remember one simple rule. I call it the 333 breakfast rule. Every breakfast should have three things: at least 3 grams of fiber, at least 3 grams of healthy fat, and at least 3 times more protein than sugar. That's it. That's the entire formula. When your breakfast hits the 333 rule, your blood sugar stays stable. You don't crash. You don't get foggy. You don't get desperately hungry 2 hours later. When I started building every breakfast around this rule, my CGM peaks stayed under 135. No more 10 a.m. crashes. My energy stabilized for the first time in years. Here are 5 breakfasts that hit the 333 rule every time. 1. 2 eggs with avocado on real whole grain toast. 2. Plain Greek yogurt with berries and walnuts. 3. Overnight oats with chia seeds, almond butter, and blueberries. 4. Scrambled eggs with spinach and a side of berries. 5. Cottage cheese with sliced almonds and strawberries. Pick one. Eat it every morning for 1 week. Pay attention to your energy at 10 a.m. Pay attention to your cravings at 3 p.m. Pay attention to your sleep that night. The difference will not be subtle. Quick recap of the 5 healthy breakfasts wrecking your energy. Number 1. Granola, hidden sugar bomb. Number 2. Fruit smoothies, more sugar than soda. Number 3. Flavored yogurt, dessert in disguise. Number 4. Whole grain toast with jam, spikes blood sugar higher than candy. Number 5. Orange juice and cereal, the classic energy destroyer. None of these foods are evil, but if you eat them daily and wonder why you feel exhausted by mid morning, now you have the answer. Drop a comment below telling me which of these 5 breakfasts you've been eating. I read every single one. If this briefing helped you, subscribe to the Health Brief. New briefings every Tuesday and Friday. Real health science, explained plainly, in the time it takes to drink your coffee. Next briefing: why you're tired even after 8 hours of sleep, and the 10-minute morning protocol that fixes it. You will not want to miss it. I'm signing off. Take care of yourself out there. Stay briefed.